We're going to do a demonstration on a beautiful teapot. My style that I'm going to teach you is only one way. It's kind of like we'll learn this. It's the way I learned to use the product, but there's other ways that you can take them from where I'm going to show you. Let me just say, learning a new medium is not always easy. Anytime you start learning a new medium, it doesn't matter if it's abstracts or if you're learning how to paint flowers, you go through this curve of where you're going to be learning how to use the product, practice, and then you just get better. So your mindset is very important as you're working through this particular product. The beauty of this particular art is it wipes off. We're going to be doing some art on ceramics and porcelain. So if you don't like it, you can just wipe it off. In fact, you may want to go to the dollar store and get like a mug that is just a very low cost, practice with that, and then jump to some of the cups and things that are more expensive. That's totally up to you. But you're going to learn that although we are going to start with some flat pieces, that the alcohol inks on some of the things we're going to be doing, it's a 3D object. So it's a thin medium anyway. It's just going to slide all over the place. So we're going to start with some beautiful coasters. I'm going to show you how to mix the paint with different colors. This is a trivet. And then we're going to go into, I'm going to do a couple demonstrations on a couple mugs for you. We're going to do a demonstration on a beautiful teapot. Now I chose this one where I kept the top white and did the lid and the bottom. So many different ways that you can do the teapot, but isn't that absolutely beautiful? And then I'm going to show you how to do alcohol inks on glass. I loved learning this medium. It's fun, it's beautiful, it's relaxing. It just, to me, it's a perfect way to bring in spring. And as I'm putting this course together, we just entered into spring. So I'm glad you're joining with me. Let's get started and let's just have some fun. Thank you so much for being with me. Mixing the alcohol inks. What I use when I mix the alcohol inks is something called a claro extender because it makes it spread and it gives a beautiful color. You can use alcohol, but I like the extender. The alcohol inks, the ones I use are Jacquard, Tim Holtz, Ranger. There's a Ranger earth tone colors. There's others out there. Also the Copic refills, and I'll show you in a little bit later how to mix them up. The colors are absolutely beautiful in these inks. Here's an example of the Pinata colors. Then here's an example of some Tim Holtz. Just tons to pick from out there. Mixing them, now you can use them straight out of the alcohol ink bottles, but I have found that I enjoy mixing them with the claro extender. So I squirt just a little bit of the, well, as much as you want, into the jar, and then that is one of the Tim Holtz, I think maybe that, I'll look that up, maybe Evergreen or Stream. And then I mix twice as much of the claro extender. Now it does give a slightly transparent look. Then the squirting on a mixture of those, the claro and the alcohol ink, and then straight, you'll find that the contrast between the two is just absolutely beautiful. I use these small glass jars with lids because they are alcohol and they will evaporate, but I use the jars so it's easy for me to use the pipette to pull the ink out. So I make up about 6 colors, usually some cools and then some warm colors, and then I just choose the colors I want for my particular project. This one I'm using the Pinata Brass. Now you have to really shake that bottle up well, and maybe for about a minute. And I used the metallics a lot in my project. So there's the gold, there's the brass, there's several, there's silver. But you see me mixing up a lot more of that because it's just, to me, absolutely beautiful in my projects. That's just a different glass jar that I had. I think it's a jelly jar. I just had several types of jars, and so it doesn't matter which jar. That is a mister. Same mixture. You mix a little bit of the blue in there. I think that's a Baja Blue. Absolutely beautiful color. And same with the Claro extender. And then that just sprays out. Here I'm starting in with some of the other colors, the reds, and as I go through the projects I'll show you, tell you what colors I've used on the particular items, but it doesn't matter. Pick the colors you love. Go through when you're buying them and pick the colors you love. I mix them up, so sometimes I'm not real careful about memorizing. Here are the Copic, and they're the refills. They come in many different colors, and I picked two, like a pink and a begonia pink. And same thing, I squirt that in the bottle. In fact, with this, I just mixed the two together because they were so pretty. And so you just open up the refills, and it has a little squirt at the top, squirt it in there. Grab your Jacquard Claro extender, pour that in there, and mix it up. And it's the same thing as the alcohol inks. It's just another choice of pulling some colors out there that you might find. So I hope that you will find the colors you want. Doesn't necessarily, in fact, I hope it's not the colors I use. Find colors that you love and mix them together. Grab some pipettes and some brushes, and then we'll start the demonstration in the next module, next lesson. You'll see me actually start on some tiles. So let's go to the next video.